Hey Aussie gamers, and to everyone that loves video games and things alike, this is the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. Born and bred within the land of opportunity and slow, overpriced internet. For news, reviews, and video game related fun, keep listening along with your hosts, Lucas and Red. This is episode 165, and today is Wednesday, the 29th of March, 2017. Welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. I am your host, Lucas, and here with me is my good friend and co-host, Red. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I may be a little docile. More than normal.
You have had no sleep, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's Tasmania. The weather's changing and sinus head. Is everyone feeling sorry for me yet?
No.
Nah.
I tell you what, sleeping is probably the easiest thing I ever have to do. I lay down, don't do nothing.
I do that all day, so sleeping's no fun now.
Fair enough.
But we must say, though, it's not that I'm trying to under-deliver for the regular listeners. It's something's kind of impromptu has happened, and we're doing this now to, accommodate for me.
Yeah, that's right. No, we hadn't planned to record the show tonight. We don't normally record at night time. It's usually early in the morning, but we've got something special organised for next week's show, which we'll be organising tomorrow, so that's why the shuffle around and why Red's had absolutely no sleep. And I was sort of hesitating a bit when I introduced you in the show, because I was kind of expecting a smart-ass remark about feedback, buzzing and beeping noises in the background of the podcast.
I don't know what you're talking about. But in today's show.
Anyway, before we start, here is this week's show in preview. First up, video game discussion, video game news with Outlast 2 controversy, Activision update, and Amazon to Australia. Then we'll do Remember When without feedback in the background, user-created content, What's That Sound, Red Shout, and last words. What a feature-packed show this has become. So, Red, without further ado, video game discussion.
What have I done? Right. I have played some more Fallout. I'm now level 41. I've played some more NBA 2K17. Nothing new to report other than just the grind of getting through the first 33-game season. Something new to report, though. I've played Battlefield 1's DLC.
I launched Battlefield 1 this week. You did? Yeah, because I was sick of seeing ready to install on the DLC on my PlayStation. So if I launch it, they'll install and go away.
Anyway, new game mode, really cool, man. Really cool. So, in a nutshell, really quickly, you know how Conquest had A through E at 5 points?
Yeah, apple and bananas.
Yeah, fuckwits.
Yeah.
And then remember the rush game mode where you had to light a fuse on A and B, and either defend or fucking blow them up. Anyway, so in this new game mode, you got 3 flags like in Conquest. So you got to take start off at B, push to C. And then you've got 2 things from Rush. So it's kind of like Conquest squashed with Rush. So you've got a main base that you've got to defend, but they've got to push backwards, say in a domination. They've got to push you all the way back into your spawn and then blow something up, which is really, really cool. I think it sounds a little bit weird me trying to explain it, but it's a perfect bastard child of Conquest and Rush.
Very good. Is that a free thingy? Free
DLC? Yeah. Kind of. Is it? No. I don't know. I'm a premium. I've got premium, you see.
Oh, la-di-da, Mr. Frenchman.
Talking of French, that's the new... that's the new fucking class.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that. I'd done my research.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So the game mode will be for everyone, but probably not the maps.
Nice.
Yeah, not the... Yeah, there you go. Fuck, okay. I'm well versed. But no, I've played the new maps. I've played the new game mode. I've tried the new guns out because there's 2 new guns in each class, and they're you got to kind of unlock them. It says use this gun from your current assault class and get 50 kills, and then get 50 grenade kills, and then this gun's unlocked, sort of thing. So they've got unlock criteria, but it's not massive, if you know what I mean. A good session or 2.
Bullshit. Get 50 kills with this gun. That's as good as never going to happen for me. I can never get the gun.
Nah, they're not that good anyway.
Neither am I.
It's just there for content, I think, because when you're thinking about it, it's a World War I game. You can only make guns so powerful, if you know what I mean, without people going calling bullshit on it. You go, oh, yeah, that's like an M16 50 years before it was ever invented.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, happy to report. Really, really cool. The new maps are really cool. More of the same, really, but just different settings, different trenches, different outlay, looks like France, and different tanks, different looking tanks, and I think they're up to revision 27 with those bloody battle crates that you unlock for camos and shit like that now. So still going strong. I think though every other Battlefield had their DLC, especially with the premium content, had the DLC out probably 1 or 2 months prior to this in the lifespan. But no, can't say. It's very welcome.
Yeah, fair enough.
For Honor. For Honor.
Oh, For Honor. What's that going for?
Yeah, what else? Yeah, fuck, it's smashing.
Yeah, that's cheap at the moment. That's like $50.
Yeah. Target?
I think so. Was it Target?
It's
JB Hi-Fi too.
Else. Yeah, something else is also cheap. For Horizon.
Oh, is
Zero
it?
Dawn. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can grab those cheap now.
Good game, Horizon. Oh, love it. What else? There's this little game, and as people may not know, I may have set someone else's account as primary at my house, so I got all their DLC stuff, all their bloody digital stuff, I should say.
Yeah.
What's it called? I'm looking through my XMB.
Not that Salt and Sanctuary game.
No, that was cool.
Hey, you're taking the piss out of last week's show there.
I am taking the piss out of last week's show. Here you go. The game's called Neon Chrome. So, Weeksy's bought it. Neon Chrome. He's bought it for his Vita.
Right.
But I played it on PlayStation. It's a roguelike, top-down, twin-stick shooter.
Mm.
You work your way up like levels. Say you're starting at ground floor, and you're working your way up to the top as this robot-controlled... Like the Matrix, at the start of every time you die, you go back to this place, you make your purchases, whether it be for weapon upgrades, health upgrades, ability slots, just you spend your money that you pick up through each turn, like Rogue.
Like Rogue Legacy.
Yeah. And then you sit in like an Animus-style Matrix machine, and then you take over this robot that you... Like Rogue Legacy, it's like, right, you can start with a shotgun, but you've got 33% extra health, but you're fat and slow. You know, right. So there's like random characteristics for your character, but then you can use nano slots with the scattered out throughout the levels,
What's
and
it called?
Upgrade yourself. Neon Chrome.
Okay, I'm just going to look it up so I've got a bit of an idea while you're talking. Keep going, sorry, man.
No, absolutely. And I just seen it on the download list. I'm like, fuck, why not? 600 megabytes. What have I got to lose? 3 hours later.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking. Cool. It's very, very cool, especially if you like you and I. We didn't like Rogue Legacy to start off with. Then we gave it half an hour to an hour and started to see how we were progressing with each death.
Yeah, because we didn't understand it at first.
No, but now I've got that kind of concept. It's now in my head. I understand the concept of a roguelike type game now.
Yeah, and I quite like them myself.
And so this is Rogue Legacy crossed with Dead Nation. or Alienation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I reckon I could like that.
I think it's about $6.
But the thing is, with these roguelike games as well, they can be bite-sized pieces of gaming, so that you can play them on for a short 5-10 minute period, and have a life or two, and then turn it off, go do something else. You don't feel like you're going to be invested for about an hour every time. So they're good little time wasters. I don't mind those games. I might have a look at this Neon Chrome.
Yep. Very, very cool. It's like a bit of a rat maze. You top down, you can only go through certain doors, and then sometimes you'll access something, and then like you'll press a button and certain doors will open. Then you've got to go through, dodge like laser wires, and then press another button which will shut the door. You just come in, but open up another set of doors, go through, and it's a little bit of puzzle, a little bit of shooting. There's boss battles, which are pretty epic. There's grades of weapon up to epic and unique. So it goes basically Uzi, shotgun, assault rifle, pulse rifle, ion SMG, different classes of guns and everything. It's so intricately cool, and it's almost, well, every game is its own RPG, if you know what I mean. You pick your character with its characteristics, and then you can change it up, but depending on what upgrade you pick. You can't pick all the upgrades in the world. You start off, you've only got 4 slots. I've now upgraded it 3 times, so I can get 7 slots. So I go in where standard projectile from my weapon now does 50% extra damage, but it's only half the clip size. And then you can get the next upgrade, which will double your clip size. And then your R2, you've got like a super weapon, not so super, but the very first one you have unlocked is like a homing missile, and you've got 6 of them, and every person you kill drops money and recharge, like batteries, which do up your R2, your L2 attack. Sorry, so you got your standard unlimited ammo in whatever weapon you choose to carry, but then you've got this special ability, and there looks to be about fucking 30 of them. Right. It's a massive game, and it's very Matrixy, very animusy. Yeah, just really, really cool. And there's a little narrative going on underneath that I've not experienced much of because I keep going, but I'm getting better and better, obviously, because you start with the upgrades are perma upgrades like Rogue Legacy. So for a little pre-$10 game, I would assume, considering Weeksy said he bought it for his Vita, it's be cross-platform, cross-buy.
Let me cover that. I've got that all in front of me. Neon Chrome is currently cross-buy with the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Vita. On special at its lowest price in history, it was $6.75. It's currently full price at the moment, which is $22.95. So if you wait for a sale, it's very likely it'll go back down to that $6.75, if not further. So it looks like a game that I'd happily buy for $6.75. Don't know about $22.95.
Pick it up for $7, you will not be disappointed.
Yeah, and it's cross-buy. If you do have a Vita, you can play it elsewhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, definitely, absolutely cannot recommend that enough. I played Dark Souls 3, the DLC dropped yesterday.
Yeah, something about the ringed city.
You know, I'll give you a clue where you can stick it.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the Ring City.
Jenna.
Super, thanks for asking.
That's so funny. I seen today, I just said run off the beaten track a little bit. You go, oh shit, I can review my own Facebook page at about fucking 6:30 this morning because I wasn't sleeping. Yeah. And then Jason said, because I only got the notification that pops up on the top of my phone, so you only get the first sentence. I never got all of his, and it said best bunch of admins around or something. And I just sent him a voice message going, 5 out of 5, best admins ever. And this is at fucking 5 to 7 in the morning, you know. I'm like, oh my god, 5 out of 5, best admins ever.
Yeah, because we can everyone can rate the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page now.
Yes.
There you go, and we can rate our own.
I was going to put 1 out of 5, fuck conformity. But I thought, no, I don't want to have a detrimental effect. But it would have been funny, just for the lulz, just for a moment. But
for about 8 seconds, and then I'd tell you you're an arsehole.
Yes.
What else?
What else? What else? Rocket League, a little bit of just to check it out on the
Oh,
4K TV.
I need to play
Yeah,
that again. I'm getting withdrawals from not playing Rocket League.
yes, it's pretty cool.
It doesn't. It just. It's a. That's a dead set perfect game. That is an example of something that just is fantastic.
Have you played that Disc Jam?
No, not yet.
Ah, gay!
Oh, no good.
Oh, it's okay. But where it was floating around real early days on the internet, oh, this is the Rocket League beta. It's not. Just saying.
Okay, that's good to hear.
It's really not.
I mean, it'd be good if it was, because it'd be better than Rocket League, and that would
It'd make it a very good game. Yes.
That's right, but yeah, it's Rocket League's very hard to beat.
Gay!
But yeah, no, I'm not good at it.
I think I may have said last week, I'm not sure, but I'll say it again this week because I have done it for a couple of hours. I played Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, yeah.
Have a go.
You did say that, yep.
It's much better with the updates and everything. It's not a lot of difference, but some things have been buffed. Do you remember Glaz, the sniper guy?
Yep.
Now when you scope in, he's got an infrared circle that takes up probably about the inner third diameter of the circle.
Mm.
So you can throw smoke out, and you get infrared like Predator.
Oh, okay.
So little bits of changes and stuff like that to buff and debuff a few of the characters and everything like that. And you still got dickheads that are trying to shoot you on spawn and everything like that. But a high quality game, high quality. You can see why it got renewed for a second year. I think it's just absolutely fucking brilliant.
Awesome.
And last but not least is for all those Dragon Ball Z fans out there, I've been playing it on my phone. It's called Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So it's a puzzler, RPG, card collecting, evolving fighting game. What do they call them? Freemiums. It's a freemium game, so it's free to play, but you can pay for premium content. But the thing is, you can also earn the premium content. So I like a game like that. Like, it's not stuff like the good stuff is not hidden exclusively behind a paywall, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You just got to put the time in, mate, and you've got a brilliant fucking Dragon Ball Z game. I'm a massive fan. My son, he's logged in for 57 days straight, and I've now logged in for 4 days straight, and I'm right on it. I fucking love it. I think it's the bee's knees. So yeah, nice. But other than that, mate, nothing else. That's Don Bradman cricket last night for probably 2 or 3 hours, but other than that, fuck all.
Nice. All right. Well, I've got some pretty big games to talk about this week. The games that have recently dropped. Do you want me to go with the big one first up?
Nah, get the littler ones out of the way, and then we'll just dote over it.
At home. Okay. Well, the tiniest and smallest of the lot is Fit for Battle, which is an iOS fitness RPG app.
See.
Yeah, Snoogans was talking to me about some RPG app that he used to use, but it's no longer on the store. You can't get it. And that prompted me to have a look and see if there are any other ones. And I had a look and I saw Fit for Battle, and I thought, okay, that looks really cool. It's an RPG game that tracks you like your exercise. So if you go for a walk, jog, or run, it'll track you, and you put headphones in, and it tells you like an RPG story along the way, which is
how cool is that?
It is really cool. So the first one had a 30-minute, like if you download it for free, you've got a 30-minute fitness regime sort of thing, free of charge. Further ones, there's only one other available at the moment because it's fairly new, and I think it's like $2.99, and that one goes for longer. But this one that I tried, the free one out, it was really cool because there was you. They call you the runner because you don't speak, because obviously that would be really hard to do. And yep. There's a what do you call those little guys? Those little dwarf. He's a dwarf.
Yep.
A little Scottish dwarf, and then there's a female character who I'd imagine is some sort of pixie or something. I don't know, elf. And you're going on a journey together, and you're walking through, and you're walking along. They're talking, and then they'll say, "Oh my God, there's like something in the horizon there. Let's go and check it out. Pick up the pace." And then like it'll say sprint or whatever. You don't actually have to sprint. You just need to start going a bit quicker. and the game will measure. All right, you're moving faster now, so that's cool. You're actually doing what we want you to do, and they'll be like, all right, you guys can slow down now, and you go back to regular pace. So it does interval training. So you can either walk and then run, or you can jog and then sprint, or you can walk and then just walk faster, like power walk. Whatever is you're comfortable with, the game actually recognizes that. Accommodates for you using the GPS in your phone and all that sort of stuff. It knows the pace you're doing, and it was really cool. Like it'd be like, and it'll come up with fights, and it'll be like, all right, time. Like they'll say, runner, we want you to run and tackle this guy. So it'll get you to sprint for like 3 seconds, and then once you get to the, like, you've sprinted far enough, you'll hear like all the sounds going like a crash tackle, and they'll be like, oh, well done, runner, you've got him. And basically for all the calories that you burn through your workout, that is how much gold you get at the end of the workout. You also, at the end of a workout, when you've completed a workout, you'll get a loot box. So you open up the loot box, and you've got, you know, you might have shoes, you might have a shirt, you might have a hat, you might have a shield, and you can build up your RPG character like that and level up and stuff like that. It's really cool. I've not purchased the second one and tried it out yet, because I literally...
But you will.
I will. From the quality of that first one that was free, I'm happy to pay for extra, because I really enjoy. And believe it or not, without even really thinking about it, but it's obvious, I actually did a personal best for my 30-minute walk using this thing without even really thinking about it, because it was making me go quicker. And it
DNR.
What's that?
Dungeon Dragons and running.
Well, it was really cool. Give it a go. Look, I can't confirm. I didn't check to see if it's on Android, but I'd imagine it is. But definitely on.
Hit me with the name one more time.
It's called Fit for Battle.
Okay, I can confirm that. I'm such a prick. Fit RPG, Gamify Fitbit. No, I can't see anything called Fit for Battle. Someone has searched for it, because it's a common search thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a shame.
Fit RPG. I'll try this Fit RPG out this week and tell you about it next week.
Yeah, cool. All right. Next one I've got now. Small, as in the game is tiny. It's called Fated: The Silent Oath. Now, every single time there's a written review on aussiegamersexpress.com for Fated: The Silent Oath on the PlayStation VR. Every single time I wrote or typed the name, I had to make sure I didn't write farted.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with Bloody Oath.
Farted: The Silent but Deadly Oath. Anyway, putting that aside, the game's not too bad. It's pretty good. The only thing is, it draws you in, pulls your heartstrings, because you play as a father, and there's a sense of loss in the game, and you get to know your wife and your daughter and your nephew, and you're going on it's like old school Viking Norse mythology set in around those times. And it pulls you in. You're like, oh, you actually start to feel a little bit for these characters, because it's kind of like a Telltale. There's a lot of conversation, not a lot of gameplay. But when there was gameplay, like there's a real epic scene where you're on a horse and cart, like a horse carriage thing, and that was really cool to play as well. The only thing is, the game really, really abruptly ends at around an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
The game was finished, and I thought, okay, maybe there's going to be something after the credits. It's just sort of fooling me into thinking the game's done, and it just went back to the main menu. And I thought, oh, maybe I made a wrong decision somewhere, or I failed, or something like that. I'll check the trophies out. 100%ed it.
Oh, wow.
So there's not even any options to get different paths or whatever. The game was really short, man. And when I say it's short, it doesn't feel like the game was like it's a short story. It feels like they literally only gave you the first chapter of something that probably needed 5 chapters.
for creativity and for the flow of the conversation, I'm going to pretend I didn't read your review. Is it episodic, man?
Yeah. Well, I've got a little bit more information that's in that review, so the answer's not as clear as no. But
yes,
because I was confused because there's no resolution. There's an abrupt end which tears your heart apart, but it's not the story sets it up like you're going on a voyage to find safe harbor and revenge.
Yep.
You don't achieve either of those.
So maybe they're going to see how much money they make from this episode and might continue it on.
Exactly. I emailed the media company and asked them. I said, look, what's happening here? And the response was, the idea is that they're going to gauge the response of this, and that'll be a tell as to whether there's the story is continued. And I understand that's good, but I think the big issue here is that it won't do well because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Had there been...
You need a big success rate or conversion rate, if you will, when it comes to PSVR games.
Yeah, and look,
as a developer,
there's nothing wrong with Faded. It's a good game, but if you take just off the top of your head, Red, what is your favourite game of all time that you enjoyed playing?
Fallout 3.
If you took Fallout 3 and only gave you the character creation screen.
Yeah, and the vault with Liam Neeson. Yeah.
What?
It wouldn't be your favourite.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good way of saying it. You only got the character creation, and as soon as you got out of the vault, the game ended.
Yeah.
You haven't found your father yet, because that's the idea of the game. You haven't done anything.
No.
That's what Fated did. And so if you played Fallout 3, you'd be like, this looks good, it plays good, this looks like a good game, but there's fuck all here. So why would I buy that? And after reading reviews, you'd be like, oh, well, it's only a bit over an hour. People say 2 hours. People say hour and a half. I think it was about an hour and 10 minutes, maybe an hour and 15 for me. Why would you... It would have to be super cheap.
Was there much on rails, or did you have a lot of control of left, right, up and down?
No, there was a lot of control, but it was slow. It was just a real slow walk. So you really were on rails because you didn't want to go off the beaten path because it takes so fucking long to get back. That's the disappointing thing. It needed to be a bit longer. And you know how when with an episodic game there is slight resolution for that chapter?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a TV show for example, like a trilogy movie. Although the story's not story's not finished because there's still 2 more movies, but that sort of third, if you will, had a resolution of sorts. The overarching story didn't resolve, but
but there was conclusions to those narrative arcs.
It doesn't have any of that, so it leaves you going, what? What happened? But yeah, look, the VR and the graphics, the art style was all good. It's just it wasn't quite there. So I'm not too sure what to make of that. I really do hope they make more because it is worth it.
All right, given the pace and the quality, would you like to see it, say, be a 3-hour game, like a 3-part series, or would you like to see 5 or 6 hours and them try and drag the narrative out a little bit?
No, if it was a 3-hour game, yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, it doesn't need to be an epic...
Fucking 10 episode fucking
no, it doesn't need to be anything like that, but yeah, looking out... And they tote it as a movie-length theatrical thing, and you can't do that because movies that go for an hour and 10 minutes finish. This didn't finish.
Yeah.
That's the most disappointing thing there. But anyway, look, I played that. The review's up on AussieGamersExpress.com. Go and have a look, see what you think.
Good review.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll move on to the next game that I reviewed this week, and shit. It's called Troll and I. Have you read this review, Red?
I have.
This is when they make my job hard, because I don't really like going down this path. But with Troll and I had absolutely nothing good to say about it.
From what I read, in a nutshell, it's like budget box Last Guardian.
Yeah. Yep. Look, let me just take, for example, I like giving my little examples or whatever. Let's go and let's get a game that is popular. Let's go and get something like Breath of the Wild, okay? And we've got the disc. Let's say I've got the disc in my hand right now, okay? And right now it's a work of art. That is brilliance right there on a disc. And then I do this to it.
And lick it to see if it tastes good.
Now it's in about 1,000 pieces and broken as fuck. It's something that could have been good, except it's broken! It's fucking broken! Fix that game, man, because it has all of the potential in the world to be something really worth playing. You know, it's not a AAA game. It doesn't look like a AAA game. But it is a good game that is broken. I had that many critical error crashes back to the dashboard that I started thinking I don't even want to try playing it anymore, because I'm sick to death of booting it back up and loading the save game. It is a punish to the user for trying to play it. I was playing it for review and I pushed through it. I didn't want to play it after all these issues started happening. I had issues where after doing certain commands, certain actions in the game, my controller literally had just stopped working. Nothing would work. I couldn't switch to the control.
No input.
Yeah, it was like my controller turned off, but it hadn't. I couldn't move. I couldn't press any buttons. The only thing I could press was the options button and go into the pause menu.
Oh no, that's a full cache.
which is a saving grace, because you can hit restart mission or whatever. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to do that. It doesn't come back. Time. No. I've bugged through walls and gotten stuck in rocks. The camera angles are an atrocity. Sometimes it zooms out far enough and you get a good view, and then it'll zoom all the way in and you can't see shit. And these are forced camera angles where you can't really move the camera anywhere because you're too close to, like, you're climbing up a wall or what have you, and the camera will just go full retard, and you're like, I can't see. I'm supposed to be climbing here, I'm supposed to be battling here, and I cannot see. The Troll, although it's supposed to be large and cumbersome, the combat is really dumb, because he will do like a big ground pound, and if you hit the enemy, the little tiny trolls, they'll squish. The only thing is, he's so slow, he misses them almost every time. And like, it's alright when there's 5 or 6 of them, because you're going to get them, but when you're down to the last 1 or 2, it's almost impossible to beat them with the troll, because he's too slow. He just hits the ground and misses them because they dodge out of the way.
Ouch.
And then obviously, you know, it might be a gameplay technique where you switch to the little boy, the human character, and you take him down with that. But then sometimes you'll get it'll bug out, and you will literally, and these are easy enemies, like they're supposed to take 3 hits and then it's like a finisher and they're dead. But then sometimes it'll bug out and you'll literally hit them 100 times.
Oh, wow.
You'll just be fucking bashing away at this guy and he just won't die.
Lucky you're dedicated to bringing reviews. I would have said, no, thanks.
It was a punish, man. And then if you're controlling the troll, who's a large beast of a thing, and the little guy dies, the troll will like let out a roar like he's upset.
Yeah.
But there's no sound comes out.
Oh no. It's a hot mess.
It's a dirty, disgusting mess, yeah. it would be a good game at best, I reckon, if it all worked. But it doesn't work, man. And look, the amount of times where I'm like, maybe there's an update. Check for update. You're running the current version. Maybe in the last 5 minutes they updated it. I'll check. No.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. We received this game from the media company that looks after Troll and I. We didn't pay for this. Clearly, we're not being biased.
That's our integrity there.
Yeah, I'm never biased with any of my reviews because I'm not the kind of person who'll get a game or a product or whatever for free and to review it, and I'll blow wind up their ass just because it was for free. I don't do that. If it's
unless you're 5 zeros.
Well, look, yeah, I can be bought, but at this stage, nobody's showed me the money. But look, no.
That's Lucas at aussiegamersexpress.com.
Can be bought. But yeah, look, no good. I cannot recommend the game.
So Otto's blotto.
Yeah, look, it's because it's broken. Look, they after some updates that may change, but at this point in time, and look, I also did some research and had a look at what some other people's impressions were, and they were all the same. I was watching.
Was the narrative solid at all?
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's nothing mind blowing. It's very.
They can't even hold it up.
No. But yeah, I even watched one Let's Play video where halfway through the Let's Play, like he's up to video 5 and he's gone, I don't even really know why I'm playing this anymore. And he was like, this is really terrible. He goes, I was going to do a Let's Play of this entire game, but no, I'm finishing up here. Look, thanks to everyone that's watched and blah, blah, blah. And just ended it. People just gave up. I just went, nah, fuck this. So, look, yeah, sorry about that, but that's the truth. And you want to wait for that to be on sale and for some updates to patch it and make it a little bit better. So, unfortunately, I've had not really anything to say that was nice about it. All right. Let's move on to the number one game that I've played in the last week, which has had a little bit of coverage and conjecture surrounding it. So let's talk about Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, I put up a video earlier in the week, or it might have been last week, I don't know, whenever it was, about my absolute disgust. And that disgust is in the rest of the internet reviewers. You know what we need to do is we need somebody out there who's going to review the reviewers. And basically what my annoyance was in is the blatant clickbait that is out there telling everyone that Mass Effect Andromeda is shit. Saying that I've even said, but they're not even faking it anymore. They were showing screenshots and video of the characters and saying, this is the ugliest, stupidest facial design that I've ever seen. And I'm looking at it going, look, am I in some weird bizarro world? There's fucking nothing wrong with it.
Didn't they play Simpsons Hit and Run?
But I'm actually legitimately confused because you know how it's like people will show like fucking 2K, the 2K games where the face screen scanning goes wrong and it looks all messed up.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that it's messed up. Okay, I see what you're talking about. But they're actually showing screenshots of the game which look really normal to me.
Yeah. No. As we said earlier, we've got integrity, and that's probably the biggest thing we can hang our hat on. But it's all these millennials screaming out for a bit of attention with clickbait. I can't stand clickbait, and you know, Pat's really conscientious of it because sometimes he'll send through something. Goes, I'm going to post this up. Do you think it's clickbaity? And I'll go, it's relevant, but I can see how it can be clickbaity. And he goes, okay, I'm not running with that.
Yeah, but see, I mean, I've played a fair bit of it now, and look, yeah, it's not without its faults. Absolutely not without its faults. But the faults that are in Mass Effect or in Andromeda are in every single fucking game that I've played this year, including the so-called infallible Horizon Zero Dawn. That had a few issues, not crashes and massive bugs, but a couple of little things, like just tiny things. Yeah, these things are in Mass Effect Andromeda too. And there was a couple of things where it was a little bit strange. I was having a conversation. It was actually an interview with a media person in Mass Effect Andromeda. So the camera was on our faces, and it was bringing up the conversation wheel that you can choose.
Yep.
And there was a person in the background that literally fucking walked backwards and forwards like they were just lost, right?
Yeah.
That's silly things like that, but it's an NPC. They're just wandering around, whatever. That's the sort of thing I can blame it for not being perfect. But like the main things that people have been complaining about is the lip syncing.
Yeah.
I've not found issue with it. I don't really, and I haven't seen an example on any of these clickbaity videos that showed that it was really bad. And then they'll show a comparison with the 2007 original Mass Effect, and they'll go, look at this was 2007, and this was 2017. And I'm like,
yeah, shit, sorry.
Bless you. And the 2017 one looks a fuck ton better. I don't know what you're looking at.
Dude, fucking Witcher 3 had those same issues.
Yeah. But they're all
Assassin's
saying
Creed have been plagued with them, But
everyone's saying that blowing wind up Witcher 3 saying it's Slavic magic.
It's millennials, mate. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend any listeners whatsoever, but you people with your small generational gaps of video games have had it too good. Too good. Go back and play Sonic.
But basically the point that I'm trying to make is that Mass Effect Andromeda, for those people that like Mass Effect in the past, you're probably going to like this. And those issues that everyone's talking about, they're either non-existent or not as bad as they're made out to be. They are blown well out of proportion, just to ridiculous levels. I've not had any problems with it whatsoever. I've been nothing but pleasantly surprised with how Andromeda works. Now, I've gotten as far into the game as I've got myself the Nomad, which is the 6-wheel vehicle. Yeah. Which is used for travelling across larger areas. That thing's awesome, because when I was first driving it, I was avoiding all the rocks and stuff, thinking, oh god, I don't want to crash and all that sort of stuff. No, hit the rocks. It's like a tank. The wheels have that much suspension travel that the wheels go up onto the rock and you just keep going. So you don't even bounce off rocks and stuff like that. And you're driving around in two-wheel drive mode, hitting over 100 k's, about 110 kilometres an hour. But then if you hit a steep hill, you're not going to make it up there because the wheels will spin.
Yeah.
Hit that.
You've got to change transmission.
Hit that baby into 6-wheel drive mode, and away you go. You're a rock crawler. It is sick. And then you're driving around, and you'll get a little thing telling you that it's a mineral-rich area. All right, I'll bring down a probe to do some mining. And the mining will do it automatically. You can piss off. It'll start mining in the area, and it'll collect resources, which is money for you later.
Money for jam.
That's it. And yeah, so you're doing all these things. There's it obviously you have to level up your Nomad before you can go further out into the areas, because there is radiation. And the Nomad has only got a certain rating of radiation proofing, which you'll need to upgrade to go further and do other missions. But I've done a lot of side missions. I'm changing the way I play games a lot lately, and I'm doing it a little bit more like how you would play.
Yeah,
I'm doing
rewarding.
Doing the side missions. But the thing that originally put me off doing side missions is older games where the side missions were so stupid. They were just fetch quests. Go and find me a loaf of bread. All right, here's your loaf of bread. Here's some XP. Wow, that was boring. Whereas games the first one that really turned my head and made me think this is actually pretty cool was the name's gone from me. No, before that, zombie game.
Oh, Dying Light.
Dying Light, thank you. That one had really meaningful side missions. And Mass Effect Andromeda have really meaningful side missions as well. What are you laughing at? The Ghazi one?
Ghazi! Which was a fetch mission. You had to go get the video on the chocolate for Ghazi's mum.
Yes, but it was funny.
And rewarding, but no, that's taking away from your comment. But yeah, it wasn't all fetch quests.
But with Andromeda, the one that really stuck out that I've done so far was a murder mystery, and I was telling you about that through chat.
Yeah, you love it. Yeah,
it was really good because you run into a character in the main hub who says to you, "My husband's been arrested for murder." He's saying it wasn't him, and you go and have a look at. Now, this is a new colony, right? Think of like the human race as we are now. We've got governments in place and all that sort of stuff. We've literally just in Andromeda, we've literally left the Milky Way, gone on a 600-year voyage, and we're now in Andromeda, which is the galaxy we're in. So Andromeda is like the Milky Way, but another one, right?
Yeah.
So we're literally setting all this shit up. This murder is the very first recorded murder in the Andromeda galaxy. And
nice.
by a completely new government, a completely new setup. So things aren't necessarily working perfectly. And your role, you're a pathfinder, okay? And what a pathfinder is, your job is to establish this new colony, right? That's your job. So you oversee pretty much everything. In the previous games, you play as Shepard, who was a Spectre, and he was basically like a Jedi. He was like the law enforcement. This time, you're more so overseeing everything to get this colony sorted, right? So you're like the mayor or the president, if you will. And you don't have to, but you can go in there because this guy's been convicted. They found him guilty because there was a witness that saw him kill somebody. But there's more to it because he swears. He's like, it wasn't me. It wasn't like that. It didn't happen. And you go to the planet where it occurred, and you find remains of evidence. You look into it, and you find a really cool resolution. I'm not going to spoil it, but you find out what happened, and it's really cool. And then you have a say in what the outcome is because you have such a high power being a pathfinder. Yeah. That was really fun. And that took me, I don't know, an hour or two? It took a while to do all the things that were required. And there are so many missions that are like that. And all these missions, they don't feel like I'm just doing a favour for someone. I'm working on my status as a pathfinder, getting to know people and moving forward. It's not just a meaningless go and get me a slice of bread mission, which is really cool.
Creating networks.
Yeah. And then the next thing that I found was really cool is I ran into this guy, Kalek, or whatever his name is, I can't remember. He's the leader of a team of mercenaries. And basically what this is, the way that I can explain the mercenary side of things, is, like a lot of games have those companion apps where you play the game on your phone and you send an imaginary team of people out to do a mission. It'll say 75% chance of success.
Like with Wildlands and Assassin's Creed.
Yep. So it's like that, but it's not a companion app. It's in the game. So you can send these mercenaries off. You start off with enough coin to buy an extra a team of mercenaries. You start off with a team, and you got enough to buy a second. So you can send 2 of these teams off to do some missions, and to start off with, you're only going to be able to do the bronze missions, which is fair enough, and you get around the 75% success rate, and both of those worked out for me. But they take 4 or 5 hours to complete.
Oh, yeah.
Then I accidentally selected a third, and it said, you don't have any more mercenaries. They're all out on missions. Do you want to do it yourself? I'm like, yeah, okay. Look, for the sake of seeing how this works, yeah, I'll do it myself. And I agreed to it. And what it did is it launched me into a multiplayer matchmaking arena, where it put me into a wave-based co-op with 3 other actual players that I didn't know. They were just match-made, right? And we did, I think it was like 10 waves, and it was fun, challenging, and the people I was in there with were really cool because I died probably twice and was revived. They revived me, the players I was playing, which was really cool. It was super fun. The combat was amazing because that's one of the real big draw cards to this game. The combat's really good, and the online servers were all really tight. There was no dropouts or lag or anything like that. Went through the 10 waves. It came up mission successful, and they gave me the option to keep playing, but I quit out and went back to the single player game. And then I checked in with the mercenary thing, and it showed that I'd successfully completed that mercenary mission, even though it was like a multiplayer game. And then I had a loot box. I opened up the loot box and scored myself a sick-ass pistol, which is way OP compared to what I had. I said to you, I think my original damage for the gun that I started with did 38 damage. This pistol that I scored was ultra rare and did over 150 damage, which is a big jump from 38. So that was really cool that you can go and do those yourself just to break up the single player, but you're doing it from single player.
Yeah, because I remember probably 4 months ago, we reported in the podcast that when the reports come out that the multiplayer would be seamless.
Yeah, and it is. It is so good. Really good. And yeah, I've only tried that wave.
Like a horde mode.
Yeah, like a horde mode. I've only done that so far because I've been quite busy this week, but I did give that a go just so I could talk about it, and it was really good. And you get loot for your single player game as well, which is
feels like you could go farm it.
Yeah, you probably can. Yeah.
Oh man, just that alone makes me want to play it.
Yeah, and it is absolutely amazing. Now, and then going into the single player missions as well, they are epic and large in scale. And the characters I'm meeting, and that's a thing with playing in like a new series in a game that is currently loved. You know, you know all your characters. Well, I do, and people that played the original trilogy, we know all the characters from Mass Effect. You know, we knew. I don't know their names, but anyway, we had those beloved characters from the original series, and now we're going into one where we don't know anyone. But even early on in the game, the characters I'm meeting, I'm starting to actually appreciate. They're really cool. So, like, there's characters that are, I think her name, what's her name? Peeboo? She's a blue chick, one of the, not a Turian, I don't know, something. I haven't played it enough for all their alien names to come back into the forefront of my mind. But yeah, she's a cool character. She's like a quirky young female character. I like her. I'm going to try and root her.
I bet you can.
Yeah, oh yeah. I know there is no doubt you can if you play your cards right. Yeah, so character building's really good. Side missions are good. The combat's fantastic. The graphics are amazing. I'm playing it on a PlayStation 4 Pro in 4K, so it is looking really nice. The jump jets, it's got the new jump jets there that you can use, which is really cool. Overall, really good game. I have started writing a review. Now, this game we did not get for review. I purchased this one because I'm a massive fan. So it's going to take a little bit longer for me to get through it because it is a massive game, and I'll have the review available as soon as I can. But I'm going to take my time with this one and get it right. You got any questions about Andromeda?
Fucking right. Yes, I do have a couple. You've answered a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, you could make a decision, say, just to really bastardize it. You'd make a decision in number 1 and ultimately can affect characters in number 3.
Yeah.
Does the initial setup of this and your initial relationship building, does it feel like there's something really massive in store for you? Like, where obviously I know you've been busy, I know you've got some time off, so you're probably going to be more suited to answer this later on. But do you see the scope of these relationships / friendships / companionships are going to go the distance, or can be cut off real quickly where a main character will die, like in your first trilogy?
I think that it would be a massive missed opportunity if they don't follow on from what that first trilogy did, with characters being able to die and not be available in future games. And I think it would be also very silly for them to not make my choices from this game reflect in the future games. And I have no doubt this is going to be a trilogy.
Oh, that's another missed boat if it's not.
Yeah. And one of the big giveaways is that it says to you at the beginning, please ensure that you are connected and online so your character can upload to the server.
Ah, there you go.
Why would it need to be uploaded?
Yeah.
And that's because you're going to need to download it in Mass Effect Andromeda 2.
I think I'm going to set someone's PlayStation account as my primary.
And also, for those that played the original Mass Effects, you could choose the gender of your character. You could be male Shepard or femme Shep, as it was known.
Yep.
In this one, because it was last generation, you can't bring your character forward, and you save games from your previous. But what it does is it gives you the option. It says Shepard was male or Shepard was female, and that tells me
they refer
that they're going to refer to Shepard, and they wanted to know, was my Shepard male or was my Shepard female? So I've selected male because my Shepard was a male character.
You see, that's only just a really small detail, but given these fans like yourself, you spend, say, X amount, say 300 hours, 400 hours with the original trilogy, and you did develop such a close bond, and then you go ahead and play Andromeda 5 years down the track, and they just naturally assume that your Shepard was a female or was a male. It'd kind of it'll cross your wires.
Yes,
you'll be like, no, that's not right. That's not right. It'd be like treading on a thumbtack every time they said her.
Well, yeah, that happened to me in one of my Telltale games, because you know how your choices matter in that.
Yeah.
When I was playing one of the Walking Dead, it was Walking Dead Season 2, the choices from Episode 1 bugged out to the shit. Like, my save game, it was working, but in Episode 2, it was referring to choices that I didn't make.
Wow.
And then annoyed me. I'm like, I didn't fucking do that.
Oh, there's immersion breaking. That's... And
annoyed me. So that would be similar here.
That's the niche of the game.
No, my Shepard wasn't a female. My Shepard was male, because FemShep, I think, was more popular. Everyone loved FemShep. The voice actor was amazing and all that sort of stuff. But mine wasn't female, so that would be annoying. So
don't worry, mine wouldn't have been either.
Yeah, of course not. But yeah, it's really cool, and you're playing as some interesting new characters. I didn't like the look of the Ryder twins, so I made my own characters. I changed them up completely, changed their face. I don't normally do that. I normally am that's the generic character, that's the one that they wanted me to play, like the one they gave me to play with. That's what I'm going to use. This time I went, nah. He now looks like a white Vin Diesel.
Hence why you're so invested as well. So yeah, I dig that. I dig them feels.
Yeah,
I changed mine too.
Yeah, awesome. But yeah, man, I'm loving it. I think it's great. Hopefully I answered your question.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Wow.
Anything else?
No, not really. Look, you've answered a lot, and obviously I know you've got very limited experience with it, so well, we won't leave the answers to speculation, but I think you can purchase it around the traps for about $59-$69, so you can say from the very first 3 or 4 hours that it's definitely worth it. Your first side quest and your first couple of main missions and your first multiplayer experience, go get it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I've got listed down. That was my last one to talk about.
Brilliant.
So, if there's nothing else to add, we can move into video game news.
Let's.
All right, Red. First up in the news, we've got Outlast 2 controversy.
The controversy is now coming to a closure. It turns out that the ratings board, or the classification board, or censorship board, I'll get it right eventually. I am tired. But you know, that wooden board, that was going to classify the game, they got the wrong cut.
Yes.
They got like pre-alpha material.
Yeah, so like they got the game right, but there was apparently some accompanying video.
Yeah, because obviously that was they've recognised it that's the biggest taboo / problem that's going to the only hurdle with any classification anywhere was this scene, and they've got original material, not the final product that was bundled with the game for classification, and so it was pre-alpha. So really quickly here, so from Red Barrel, being the developer, the original submission of Outlast 2 sent to the Australian classification branch contained the final game code and a video file for reference taken from an alpha version of the game. This video file should not have been sent along with the game code, as its content was not a representation of the final game. The second submission, the same game code was submitted with a video file reflecting the final content, thus, therefore, approving an R18 plus rating for Outlast 2 in Australia.
Ah, there you go. The work experience, kid.
No crying koalas.
No.
Yeah. Go figure. We get an R18, but those hard nuts across the Dutch get R16 rating in New Zealand.
All right, you done with that one?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, so Outlast is coming out as expected in Australia.
Yes.
All right. Next bit of news, Activision update.
Yes. So that was a very bland headline that I produced for you today, but it's because I wanted to cover a bit of Call of Duty news and a bit of Destiny news. So it's been reported that leaks everywhere. Thank you, Reprimir.
Yeah.
That this year's Call of Duty there's reports that it is. There is no factual thing from Activision Sledgehammer anywhere confirming this, but there's reports that the name of this 2017's Call of Duty developed by Sledgehammer will be called World War II.
Right.
Yes. So, what are we going to say? In a quote from Sledgehammer, in 2017, Activision will take Call of Duty back to its roots, and traditional combat will once again take center stage. This is what our dedicated community of Call of Duty players and Sledgehammer Games, which has been developing this title this year, as I just stated, and are most excited about. So, Eurogamer, GameSpot, all your big four, big five are pretty much running with the fact that Call of Duty is going back to its roots, because every Call of Duty game released prior to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was all based around World War II. Every single one of them, I think, except for there was a Vietnam one, but it was all 60s, 40, 50, 60s. So with Battlefield 1 working so well, I would not be surprised with Call of Duty 2017 by Sledgehammer going back to World War II. It opens up a lot of pretty nifty doors, I reckon. Moving on. So, we've had leaks everywhere, as I just said. So, here's some fast, fun facts about Destiny 2, which was after a leaked photo has been confirmed via Twitter from
Believe
Bungie.
it or not, I'm more interested in Destiny 2 than Call of Duty.
They can both jog on.
What?
For me.
Stop. Why?
What?
You loved Destiny.
I know, but I've had my fill. I really have, and I've had my fill of Call of Duty as well, man. I have.
Yeah, that's a fair answer.
I really, really have, and I loved it. I bought every single DLC for Destiny 1. I've sunk in 400-500 hours, but I've done the whole MMO-ish on console. I've been there. I've experienced it. Like Jason talks about it, and I almost tear. I almost have blood tears. Just like, oh, my eyeballs are bleeding from so much Destiny I've taken in, and it's been so successful. But that's it. It's run its course for me. The Destiny 2 is not going to be much different. It's going to have the same pretense, the same characters, the same races, the same problems, the same raids, the same strikes, playlists, weeklies, dailies. You know, it's going to be better. It's going to be the same. which needs to be. It's why it's been so successful with vanilla. But anyway, Destiny 2 release date Q3 2017. Formats most likely PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. From developer Bungie, it's going to be a regular AAA title price. But yes, so Bungie have confirmed Destiny 2 with a poster/logo showing what looks like to be the Traveler eclipsing the moon or the sun. And there's a cool little video. What would we call it? A teaser video with Clyde being, what's his name? Ryder. Bloody Fillion. Nathan Fillion.
Yes.
How brilliant is that dude? Seriously.
Yeah, he's
cool. What a voice actor and / actor. So if you haven't seen that yet, get across and check that out. One little tidbit, which was said to be confirmed by the teaser trailer, is there will be exclusive content again on PlayStation 4 for the first 12 months. Oh, there you go. How bullshit's that?
Yeah, it's silly. I don't like that shit.
So, Activision are set for a big year with Destiny 2 and World War 2. So, but I'm going to be happy to report on them. Look, mate, I won't be playing them. I know that I'm too far out of touch now for multiplayer of Call of Duty. Seriously. And Destiny, as I've explained, I've loved it. I've appreciated it. I've ragged on it. I've made jokes at its expense. But it has run its course, and it has made $250 out of, well, all of us. And I've had enough of that, because with so much content, so much games, so much availability, and just specials and sales and good indie games and review games that we've been doing, I don't want to tie myself down to a game that demands 30, 40 hours a week just on one title.
Well, never say never, man.
No, I'll never say never, but I'm just saying at the moment I don't have those chills running down my spine like Jason, like Rippermere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if it's any good, eh? All right.
Yeah,
can we move on to the last one? I'm a bit keen on this last one. Tell us about Amazon to Australia.
Okay, so this is going to have slight implications on games per se, but gamers will be affected greatly, I would assume. So, Amazon's global logistics senior manager has confirmed to the Sydney Morning Herald yesterday that Amazon is officially coming to Australia. So this is most likely to hit by the end of next year, and Australians will be able to use the online shopping service to purchase a massive amount of products, including games, maybe at $60. With like maybe it's another Target / Big W / all the games will be available from there, if you know what I mean, instead of going to your Target and just having what's available on the shelf.
Yeah,
they'll also be able to buy.
Because currently I've tried to buy things on Amazon a few times. Like, I have bought from Amazon, but a lot of the time it refuses to post to us.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And because it's such a big thing too, Amazon, anyway, I'll keep going. So they've got the games. You can actually buy groceries. You can buy clothing. You can order takeaway food. Not to mention Amazon Prime, which is Amazon's version of Netflix.
Oh, okay.
And Amazon Fresh, which is a completely subsidiary Amazon page where you order your groceries, and you do like your Coles deliver and your Woolworths deliver. So by the end of next year, Amazon could be taking Australia by storm and just giving us a whole one-click outlet for all, a majority of our financial transactions.
Yeah, did you know that Amazon currently in the States has these buttons that you can buy?
No.
So you get this little button and you can stick it wherever you want it. Stick it on your fridge, and every time you press it, it orders a product.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, not that I've not seen. I've seen Amazon integrated into touchscreens on a fridge, so you can do your groceries.
But this is like a retrofit thing. So what you'll do, you'll buy whatever button you want, and you program it to whatever you want. So you can program it for fucking milk and bread. Milk and bread, yeah. And you're like, oh, fuck, we're getting low on bread. Press the button, and you've just ordered yourself some bread.
Oh, wow. How crazy is that?
Or you can put one for toothpaste. Oh, we're out of toothpaste. You know, it sounds good. I don't know how it confirms it, because you wouldn't want to bump the fucking thing and then realise you've got 6 fucking bottles of milk coming.
You got a carton of butter menthols on its way.
Yeah, that's it. Those sort of weird things. But that exists. Americans, super lazy, love it.
I'd set mine for Snickers bars, and they rock up with a cart and go, "Oh, did I sit on that again?" Okay.
Well, I suppose you don't do refunds. Yes, we do. Shut up. Get out.
Fuck off.
I'll take it. Nice.
Yeah,
all right,
there you go.
Good stuff.
That'll affect us because we all watch Netflix and stream services and order the odd occasional takeaway food and everything like that. So Amazon might just take Australia by storm.
Very good. All right, well, that's the end of the news. Rad, let's go into Remember When.
Can I wee, please?
Okay.
Thank you. I'll be back.
No worries.
Oh, sir, puppy, I'm allowed to wee. I've got a full pass.
3.6 seconds later.
Better. Wee. Thanks, man.
No worries. That sure doesn't have far to go, does it?
Oh, nah. I've got an innie, not an outie. No, what was it? I'm a grower, not a shower. That makes a final cut. Let's talk about turtles.
Sure does. All right, this week on Remember When, Red, you don't know what we're doing, do you?
No, I don't. I love this.
You don't know what we're doing at the best of times.
No.
All right, this week. Remember when the internet was first made public?
Oh, not exactly, but I remember when it was really in its infancy stage.
1989 was actually when it kicked off.
Fuck.
And I remember my older brother, he had this, I think it would have been a 486, and this was like, this was the bomb. I remember him in the shop buying it, and when it was delivered, it was like $2,000. It's like $2,225 for this 486 PC that wouldn't be able to run fucking anything today. But anyway, going back when the internet first existed. Red, you and I are older than the fucking internet.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god! And do you remember when that? Well, this was before the internet. The @ symbol on the keyboard. What the fuck was that for?
Who knows? Fuck you! I don't know. That's a little revolutionary. You've just done my head in. Eagles.
That was always on keyboards, even when the internet didn't exist. Because the only thing that's legitimately used for is emails, and more recently, like Twitter and shit, for talking directly at someone. But that's the @ symbol. And did you know that the @ symbol is called the snail by Italians? And the Dutch call it the monkey tail.
I can see that too. Lucky they didn't go all Carl Barron on it, and instead of being @ it was... it could have been Lucas... AussieGamersExpress.com. I'm talking directly... you.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah,
it's fucking strange as, because I wouldn't know if it's always been called @, if it's always been an @, or if it was like developed, that name was just like a nickname that it was given that's now known as. But
yeah,
you're fucking right.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck is this weird squiggly A shit that's on my keyboard? Because it was never used for anything.
Grade 6s and stuff like that, it used to be a novelty to hold the shift down and to do all the different symbols.
Yeah, if you were writing swear words.
That's exactly right. It used to be a novelty to write the @ and a hash and shit like that, and the star, because now you use star as a correction in your writing, and hashtag is now a hashtag instead of indicating a number, more like wow. And the old 56K modems that come on board the motherboards 086s.
Yeah, well, that's it. Remember when you had to connect to the internet using a 56k modem?
Remember being on the internet and then your grandmother calls.
Yeah, which meant that nobody could use the phone, and if somebody called and you had call waiting, it disconnected your internet session.
Remember when LimeWire was a thing?
I do remember when LimeWire was a thing.
LimeWire, Nero. What's the bear? There's a bear one.
Napster bad.
Napster bad. That was metallic. Oh, remember when Albino Black Sheep and StickDeath.com were things?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you remember Microwave Gerbil?
Oh, Joe Cardoon.
Joe Cardoon. Yeah, and Superfly.
Superfly.
And all of these things would be like 48 kilobytes worth of downloads, but would take 6 hours to load.
But they're all interactive, so they're all games. If you're a guy that just lost his pecker, would you want to live? Hit the die button, you fucking moron. Stick RPG? Oh my god.
Yep. What about when internet was priced based on the amount of hours you used?
Like local calls.
Yeah, not a download limit. So I would connect, and I would have 20 hours for the month. So you would connect. Wow. So you'd be connecting, and you're like, all right, I'm finished doing what I'm doing. I better disconnect because I don't want to accidentally use up all my internet for the month. Yeah, so it wasn't download limits.
Dodo had comparative speeds.
Yeah, I was with Dodo at one stage. Dodo.
I was with a company called Super Nerd.
Oh wow.
Super Nerd was my internet provider on 56k.
Yeah, that was back in the day. Hey, do you remember when email and ICQ were the most common methods of communication?
ICQ.
Hey man, you going to be online tonight? Yeah, man. I'll chat with you on ICQ. Yeah. Do you remember this?
Shut up, Mum. I'm on MSN.
That's the ICQ. Did you hear that?
That's the ICQ. Yeah. And then because there was ICQ, AOL, which was like Asians Online or something at the time.
Australia Online.
Yeah. And and ICQ. Oh wow. Jeez. Remember when cybersex was a thing?
Do you want a cyber?
The best place to ever get that was the WWE or the WWF chat rooms. You go in there and start talking about wrestling, then you get kinky with one of the birds. Oh, seriously? Sorry, that's you'd wait for that to go, have you got your top off yet?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Red.
Yes.
ASL.
Yes. ASL. 14. B. What? Bye.
Oh. No, that's not what the...
AUS.
No.
It was age, sex, live.
No, it was age, so you'd be
14.
14?
M.
Yeah. M for male / Australia.
Yeah.
Age, sex, location.
Yeah.
There you go. Fuck, remember that.
Oh, there you go. I'm Tasmanian. Age, sex, live.
Live?
I live here.
Oh, I live where I live. Location is where I live. You are such a Tasmanian.
What was the first game you ever played online?
That was Turok.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I never played online until I was on the PS3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. First game I ever played was Warcraft. No, not Warcraft, you fucking idiot.
Have a go at yourself, mate.
Yeah, fucking twat. What was the name of that game? No, not StarCraft either. There was the flying around one. Warhawk. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The first game I played online on a console was on the 360. Was Modern Warfare.
I used to go. Yeah, look, I'd played a lot of LAN games like your Dooms, your Quakes, your AOE, Age of Empires, Red Alert. Well, not even Red Alert. Fucking Command and Conquer.
And now, look, this one might be maybe just me and my family's growing up and all that sort of stuff. I remember when we made payment for the internet by sending a money order that we had created at the post office.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember it was like
simpler back then, eh?
It was like $20 or $30 a month for about 20 hours of internet.
Yep. Oh, I still remember you used to get 20-hour increments.
Yeah, and once it ran out, you'd connect and it would boot you. You'd just get disconnected straight away, and you'd have to wait till the next month. And that would suck.
P2P, mate. Very first movie I ever pirated, not that I condone it these days, was Scary Movie, and you used to be able to burn it to CD, and I used to sell them for $20 a pop at school.
What about, do you remember the very first MP3 you downloaded?
Oh, fuck. It'd have to be one of a handful, either like Black Hole Sun or, what was Zombie. What was the one? Black Hole Sun, and I love these two songs. Marcy Playground, Sex and Candy.
Oh, yeah.
I had massive obsessions with the Triple J Hottest 100 style music back then.
Now, the first song, I do remember mine. I wanted to download Hole's Celebrity Skin.
Oh, yeah?
And I downloaded it, and, this is like 3.5 megabytes. This is an MP3, which is compressed and all that. It took, I don't know, 9 hours. And it downloaded, and I'm like, ooh, cool, I better boot up Winamp.
Yeah, Winamp! Oh, my God!
It really whips the llama's ass. You remember that?
Yes!
So I boot up Winamp that had my custom skin on it.
Oh, no way. Not the green matrixy one, was it?
Oh, I had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Open up this celebrity skin, ready to bust it to this mad song that I was looking forward to downloading for the last 9 hours, and it's a different song.
Oh, just because it's named differently. Yes, I know.
But, in saying that, do you know what song it was?
No, what?
Closing Time by Semisonic.
That's okay.
It was a fantastic song. I'm like, this isn't the song I wanted, but I kind of like this song.
Probably better than Hole.
I think it is better than what I wanted. Closing time. One last call for alcohol. So finish your whiskey or beers. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can stay here. Take it away.
No.
I know who I want to take me home. How bad's my singing?
No. That's wicked.
Oh, don't be polite. Not my singing.
That's not going anywhere in a hurry.
What, this?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Whenever, you got to set yourself up a little like the bloody DJs or whatever they call these days.
Soundboard.
The techno guys. Yeah, soundboard. And every time something's not politically correct, oh,
so Red says something.
Red fucked up. Awesome. That was fantastic. What a trip down memory lane. And I know a majority of our listeners will be fucking all in that.
Yeah, I know. We got some listeners that will be like, yeah, I remember that shit.
Fuck you, raised the bar, you asshole. Now I've got to come up with a better one that I've already got planned for next week.
Good luck for next week, Red.
Remember when Red had interesting shit to say? Now all he goes is bam, rant.
And oh, that's all I got. That's all I got for Remember When.
That was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, man. That was fun. Awesome, man. All right, well, that was Remember When. So let's move on to user-created content.
Okay.
Are you composed, Red, from that last segment?
Yeah, just.
All right. Sorry. Just thought I'd had to do that. All right. The first one we've got here is from Shannon Gilbert. Thank you very much for your suggestion. And he says he wants us to discuss the fact that PS4 exclusives are coming to PC. Did you know that was happening, Red?
I've heard that it's a possibility.
It's coming possibly via that, what's it called? PlayStation Now?
Yeah.
Is apparently getting an app for the PC where you can subscribe using it on PCs. Don't know if it's 100%, but if it does come across to PC, it's basically just an emulator, really, isn't it? You're playing it off the servers. So you're going to need super duper awesome internet. It still doesn't mean that it's coming to PCs in Australia, because they can still do that whole location gating thing where you're in Australia connected to the internet, so unless you're using a VPN you won't be able to connect. So I don't know. Look, I mean, if it does, good, I guess. I don't think it bothers me at all.
I want to address the second part of it.
Well,
could we be nearing the end of the console/master race war?
Yeah, well, the answer to that one, I think, is definitely not. Are we suggesting that because the PS4 exclusives will be available on PC?
Yeah, everyone can afford a PC? Nah.
No, I don't think that console versus that PC master race war will end. No, definitely not. I can't see
and if it's via PlayStation Now, you're not going to get any more than 60 frames in 1080 or 1440,
That's
whatever
right.
it was released on console at. So
because
they're not going to be able to crow about any better performance.
I believe the way the games work is I don't think they use your computer's processing power. I think they're processed on the other end of the server.
Yeah.
And you're streaming the game. Like,
well, it's the only way they'd be able to guarantee the stable quality.
Yeah, like I think that whole Gaikai thing was that you can use PlayStation Now on a mobile phone and play PS3 games. Like, the mobile phone doesn't have the power to play a PS3 game, but all of the processing power is done on the other side of the connection. You're literally just beaming the visuals to whatever device you're using. So that was the whole thing. That was the big hype around Gaikai, is that we're going to eliminate the need for consoles once this thing fires up. Whereas you'll be able to play current generation games, PS4, PS5, PS6 games, directly to your television with a controller, no console. And all of the processing power will be done on servers on the other end of the connection. That was the idea behind it. Internet speeds aren't fast enough in a lot of areas in the world, so it's not feasible yet.
Absolutely not, and it won't be.
No, not for a long time. And
not for us.
For in Australia, we're probably not going to see internet that's going to be that good around the country for probably another 20 years.
You got the best I've heard of, and I don't reckon you'd have good enough. You probably have good enough, but that's all you can do. Like, at the moment, you've got the freedom to download on your PlayStation, to download on your Xbox, to wife to be watching Netflix, YouTube to be running, and you'll have a...
The average, apparently, the information I've received is that the average download speeds in the States are up around 30 megabytes a second. My best is about 11 or 12.
Wow.
Because I was talking to the guys from Utomic and asked them why I can only download one game at a time. And they said because the games they're designed to be small and they download quite quickly. You don't need to queue them up. And I said you are overestimating the download speeds in Australia, where the average is 5 megabits a second. And they were like, "Oh wow, yeah, we didn't know that." So
wow,
because the average speeds in America are up around 30 megabytes a second apparently. But so. I can't imagine that bridging any sort of gaps. And even if you could, let's just say you could, it worked. All you needed was a 5 megabit connection and you could play your PS3 games on your computer. Even then, it still wouldn't kill the console master race war.
No.
Nope. It's going to be there forever. All right, the next one we've got here from Toby McCallum is, what are your thoughts on VR and AR, and do you think that people will embrace it, or if it's just a gimmick? What do you think,
There's
Red?
too many variables. It's a gimmick for me at the moment. We talked about farted. What was it? Fated?
Fated.
Gone with the Wind. You know, how many titles like that are you going to, persevere with, where there's an hour with like an indefinite to be continued because we want to gauge how many people have bought it. I'm talking console VR, and I imagine it would be very, very similar with PC VR as well. Yeah, you got a lot of indie titles and a lot of this, but there's still no AAA development other than Resident Evil 7 and the inclusion in car racing games. And let's be honest, I don't mind a car racing game for a race, but I'm not going to sit there and play a car racing game for 6 to 8 hours like I could with a Fallout 4 or a Horizon Zero Dawn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. I'm a bit the same.
AR is gimmick plus. AR, the most experience I've had with AR was with the 3D XL. That was a gimmick.
Yeah, that was a gimmick, but the idea
good
behind
technology.
But AR though is not just that. They are gimmicks. They're just little toys, right? But AR, I think, is one of the most underappreciated, underutilized things that exist today. I think that could be good. Like Google Glass?
Yeah.
Well, that never saw the light of day, but they are still using Google Glass in the Google factories. Like the employees use them. Like if you could, let's just say, for example, that you had the AR hooked into your company's database, and that when you went into a specific room, let's say it was a storage room where you had stored files, and there are boxes on shelves. Let's say that you walk in there, and instead of having to look at the boxes that are labelled A to K, L to Z, blah, 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 and find the year, right, I want a file from 2009. Let's see, all right, there's those ones. With the augmented reality, like a pair of glasses on, you punch in to like a smart device what you're after, and like a waypoint in a video game, you look and there's a marker for the one you want. How much time and effort would that save in a work environment looking for what you're after? You might have a whole warehouse. Let's say that you're working for a company like Bunnings, where you've got massive warehouse. I need lengths of 2x4 that are blah, blah, blah. You punch it all in, and there's your waypoint. Your waypoint right down at the end of the corridor. Now, these buildings are massive. Instead of fucking around looking for it, there's your waypoint. You go to a museum, or you go to a shopping centre, and you've got a pair of glasses on which has AR into it, and I want to buy the cheapest iPad, or iPad's probably a bad example. I want to buy the cheapest fucking pair of socks. There you go, pair of socks. And it's going to put a waypoint, not to the store, to the fucking section in the store where those socks are. Stuff like that sort of stuff can make your life really accessible and fun, mind you.
Yes.
And then when you get home, you don't have a TV anymore. But when you look at your wall with the glasses on, there's your TV. It's augmented. There's a bloody... I want a big TV today, so now there's a 160-inch fucking TV on my wall. It's not really there, but my glasses are making it look like it's there when I look over. That sort of stuff. I think it can be great. It's too far away. It's not good enough yet. But those sort of things can be implemented, because I've seen the concepts. It's just the technology I don't think is good enough yet. VR, I've got PlayStation VR and I have tried Oculus Rift. The biggest and most painful aspect, if anything was going to kill VR, it's the awkwardness of setting it up, and the fact that people want to play video games, sit down and relax. I played Resident Evil 7 on PlayStation VR, and it's one of the best experiences that I've had in a video game to date. I've played a number of VR titles which are fantastic, The issue is I find myself not using my VR very much because when I get home and I sit on the couch, I just want to relax. I don't want to get up, go and put the headset on, tighten it up, get the controller. With the bloody PlayStation VR, I have to change the cables around because it doesn't do 4K and HDR pass-through, which is a pain in the ass. So there's all these things.
Oh, that too, yeah, that's so poo.
There's all these things. At the moment, that's what will kill it. It is a viable technology that is absolutely fantastic, and I love it. But its own issues and corner cutting and all that sort of shit will kill it. So I'm worried for it. But if they keep bringing out content that is absolutely worth playing, then it'll be worth that effort.
Yeah.
But in between great titles, VR is collecting dust.
Well, yeah, if it's worth it, if the gaming experience is worth it, i.e. RE7, you'll go through that painstaking process. Yeah. But you're putting it on to review a game that has a shelf life of 25 to 45 minutes. You're spending more time setting it up and then packing it up than you are actually experiencing the game. I can dig that. I'd hate that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really touch and go at the moment. I don't think it's gone either way yet. I don't think it's failed, but I don't think it's broken any grounds yet either. But Sony need to pull their finger out and start pushing it more, because they pushed it like a bastard before it was released. They've kind of let it go by the wayside now.
Yeah.
They need to be creating massive incentives for first-party game developers to make proper games and not just little mini games.
Yep.
Sony need to pull their finger out and make their own IPs.
Yep.
In VR.
The only thing is they're winning that fucking war too, aren't they? Or competition, if you will, with first-party exclusives and IPs and stuff like that. That they really don't. There is no need to step outside the boundaries of. Yeah, but
the problem is that they'll beat themselves, because essentially
That's
VR
right.
is up against competition against the PlayStation 4 itself. Is VR better than just playing a PlayStation on its own?
No.
So they need to make it better than just playing a PlayStation on its own, so there's an incentive for people to want one.
Yep.
Anyway, so yeah, too early to tell, but I am worried for VR.
Yes, I concur.
All right, let's move on. That's all we had for user-created content this week. Hopefully we've got more next week, and we'll see how that goes. So let's move into What's That Sound?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Red, last week we had this sound for What's That Sound? And Repremier told us that in the title that it was a witty and relevant title or some shit.
He fucking lied.
Yes, I asked him about that, and he said, I wasn't really giving you a hint with that one. I was just thinking, right, it should be a witty and relevant title. I'll just write witty and relevant. So it threw us off massively, because the answer really wasn't witty and was not relevant to anything with what the game was. The answer was Halo 5.
Yes.
And we did get a couple of correct answers. I believe Ross Mark got it right, and I haven't got it up in front of me, so I'm just going to quickly check who the other one was, unless you know, Red.
I'm sitting right in front of it, just waiting on it to load.
Martin Creamers.
There you go. Yeah,
Martin
didn't you
Creamers.
get it right?
Well, technically, kind of, because I said, after you said that you thought it was Mass Effect, I made mention of Halo, but I didn't really lock either of them in.
You said it, you got it. That's 2-2. One of us has got to get a point like once a month.
Yeah, get it rolling.
Yeah.
I can play with that. All right, 2-2 now. All right, let's see how we go for this week's one. I haven't listened to it. This one says, my titles are not hints. Actually, I think there's more to that. What does it say? My titles are not hints Or are they? That's what he said. Good on you, Ripper me, douchebag. All right, let's have a listen to this week's What's That Sound? Oh, shit, man.
Really?
Do you know it?
No, go again.
Okay.
Oh.
There's like 3 shots and it sounds like someone's eating an apple.
I'm going to go with Deus Ex.
Oh.
Because there's that little bit of a bit of futuristic shit at the end.
Okay. What's the apple crunchy eating something sound?
I don't know. It's not. No idea. Could be fucking Duke Nukem for all I know.
Oh, no, I don't know either. I'm going to listen to it again for the 1000th time. Alright, I'm going to try and get into Jason's psyche here because I've got no idea what that is. What would he have chosen? He's a bit sneaky with what he picks. I have no idea. I don't know. What did you say? Deus Ex, what, the new one? We'll just go with any Deus Ex, really. Doesn't matter. If you get that far, you can have the point, but I can't even guess. I'll go with Worms. Now that I've said that, let's have another listen.
Ah, gotcha! Oh yeah, I hear it now.
I don't know. It's for the sake of a guess. That'll be mine. All right, let me write it in because I always forget what we've picked. I said Worms. Terrible guess, and you said Deus Ex.
Yeah, Deus Ex.
Yeah, sequel to Night Sex. All right, so that was this week's What's That Sound? If you think you know what the sound is, send us a message to our Facebook page, and if you are correct, you'll win yourself a free game. So, Red, let's go into Red Shout.
This week's shout, the first section of it, is to everyone that voiced their thoughts and opinions on last week's audio mishap.
Oh, yeah.
Zachary Court. Ross, Mark, Martin Creamer, Zachary Courtney, Adam Ryle all said nice things. Absolutely nice things. So that's a shout out to them all. And also a shout out to Zach Weeksy Weeks and Nikos fucking Edwards. They've taken a bit of a break from the admin team on Aussie Gamers Express. Now, I know everyone's going to be disappointed that they're not going to get to hear from them every day like they used to. But with a big shout out to those guys for their contribution to everything age and age related. They've done an absolutely fantastic job. They're having a break.
Yeah, they've got lots going on in their lives at the moment, which is really cool, but they're still very good friends of all of us. So we'll definitely hear from them again in the future. Good blokes.
Absolutely. So
thanks, boys.
Cheers. That's it.
Cool. That's it? Good.
Yeah, nice short and sharp.
Good stuff. Can I give you a shout out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm asking permission. My shout goes to Mum. Hi, Mum.
Oh, I'm on TV.
My mum wouldn't know what a podcast is. Oh dear. But anyway, that's all I've got. All right, let's go into last words. Got any last words, Red?
Good night.
Good night. Oh, you have not slept. You didn't sleep last night, you crazy bastard. It's 7 p.m. at the moment, so you've got to be really proud.
Yeah, nah, wicked. Right. Nah, fuck all, really.
No worries, we'll keep it short. I've got a couple of things. We turned 5 years old this week. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. We could. Shout out.
Yep, and quite a few people wished us a happy birthday, which was really nice. Thanks to those guys. Thanks everyone that supported us for a long time. There's a couple, there'd be a few there that have been there for 5 years too. So cheers to all of you guys, and let us know, because obviously I don't know exactly who's been there for 5 years. I reckon Rusky Big Muskie'd be there.
He'd be go close, wouldn't he?
Yeah. But let us know if you've been there for the full 5 years. Just send us a message or make a post, like post it onto our wall. It'd be cool. But yeah, 5 years old now and loving it, going strong. Last thing, excuse me, sorry about that. Next week's show, if all things go according to plan, we'll have an interview with the person named Eric Bra. And if you aren't aware of who he is, he's a voice actor from very popular video games such as League of Legends, Layers of Fear, and the Walking Dead Telltale series. You know what I mean? So, with a bit of luck, he'll be on the show next week with a bit of an interview from us, which is really cool. So, hopefully that all goes well, and we'll have something really cool for next week for years. But that's it, Red. I'm done. Are you done?
Uh-oh. Yep, I'm done, mate. Thank you very, very much for having me again.
Nah, no worries. My pleasure. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you to everybody else for listening to the show as well. As always, if you get to this end of the podcast, we're appreciating massively the fact, this is bad English I'm using, we appreciate the fact that you stick around for the entire show, so that's awesome. And we'll be talking at you guys again next Sunday. Thank you, and see you next time. I am Lucas.
And just to translate your good English, did good guy. I'm Red.
Uh-oh. That's it. We are finished for another week. We are packing up our bat and ball and we're going home. If you're keen for more content before the next show, then head over to the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page and give us a like. And check out our website at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. We are also on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and every other social network that you can think of. Except that weird one that no one uses. You know the one. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. See you all next time on the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.